Have you guys ever wondered how to scrape thousands of pages of info on the internet without knowing how to code in seconds and it costs pennies to do? If so, this video is for you. I'll be showing you guys how to automate your data scraping process and from there actually be able to use AI to find the exact information you're looking for. This is perfect if you're a sales leader or business owner looking to do deep research to build lead lists for your cold outreach campaigns. So if you guys don't know me, my name is Devine and I wrote a B2B lead generation agency called warmleads.io where we help go-to-market and sales leaders find message market fit using automation. And in doing so, we fill their pipelines with qualified leads on autopilot. If you guys enjoy this type of content, please drop a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. It helps me create more content just like this. Now let's get into the video. So what I'll be scraping today is actually a Y Combinator. If you guys don't know what Y Combinator is, essentially it's a company, a startup accelerator and venture capital firm that has been investing in startups since 2005, as we can see here, and has invested over 5,000 companies. And this is their directory, and you guys can definitely see there's big names there like Airbnb, Coinbase, DoorDash, to name a few. And what I want to do now is like scrape this initial list and then do further AI enrichments as we progress through the video. So what I'll be using today is Easy Scraper, which is a Chrome extension. And as soon as you pull up Easy Scraper, it'll automatically pull in whatever is on that page. So we can see here, it pulls in the first name of the company, just the name of the company, and then the Y Combinator link that goes along with it, their company location, and all that good stuff. So what I'm going to do here is save this as a CSV file. So we're actually going to put this into a clay table where we do the rest of the enrichments from. So guys, I put the table here, and just from what we scraped, it would look like it was 358 rows, so 358 companies that we initially came up with. And the first thing that we did was actually this row actually came up as a text, so we actually converted it into a URL, which is a pretty cool process to do. And the reason we did that is so it's clickable and we can actually just go and check out whatever link that is, right? So really cool stuff. Second thing I did was I wanted to actually scrape that specific page, for example, that we pulled up with regards to Airbnb. And I wanted to like extract all the information that's on this page, at least the one that I'm looking for, which is like the company description. And then I also wanted to find out who the founders are and their LinkedIn profiles. So that's linked right there. And the one thing you'll notice is their LinkedIn profile. It is a link you have to click into. However, it doesn't just show the link on the Y Combinator page. So we actually use AI to find this information. So what we did was I created this earlier, clicked on here, and essentially what I prompted Clay Agent to do, and Clay Agent is Clay's native web scraping tool. So what I prompted it to do was go to the Y Combinator pages for all the listings that we have and scrape what the company does and find the LinkedIn URL of the founders or founders if there's multiple. And from here, what we can see here is it actually did pull in that information, which is really good. So we can see it gave the company description right in the middle. And then as far as the founders, it found their URLs as well. So if you just click into that, it'll pull up their LinkedIn page. So this is really good stuff just right off the bat because we have this information. It's accessible to us and it took minutes to do. So this is really awesome, but we don't want to stop here. We actually want to do more enrichments, more data gathering, because ultimately our goal is to create cold outreach campaigns, reach out to them via email, reach out to them via LinkedIn, or calling them. So all this information is really good to us. Second thing I actually did was I extracted the website URL that's listed on the Y Combinator page. So for example, for the Airbnb one, again, going back to what we had originally, this was a page that we had. And you guys will notice right here is Airbnb URL. So that for like their main website. And I wanted to find that for every single company. And you guys will just see in a sec why I wanted to do that. But essentially, I prompted Clay Agent once again to do this. And by the way, if you guys don't know how like the pricing works for Clay Agent, essentially, if you guys have an OpenAI credit system, so if you have like if you connect Clay to OpenAI and you put money into OpenAI, then it'll make that process super smooth, and you can essentially use the credit from OpenAI into Clay, and it costs like very very minimal. So it's like 0.00509. So really cheap to do. Excuse me. And what I wanted Clay Agent to do in this scenario, or at least a prompt, I should say, was essentially just visit that website that I was mentioning and extract the website of the article that is written about, which in this case is Airbnb. And I gave an example of what I wanted to look like and what the output, what I wanted as. So it's that for every single one of them. And we got, Airbnb, we got Amplitude, we got DoorDash, we got Dropbox, all those names. Right off the bat, this is really awesome information. And if you're like me, you're probably thinking the million things you guys can do with this information. But I just wanted to show you like what else you can do. And there's a lot that you can do. And what I wanted to do, just because these are publicly traded companies, they oftentimes have 10K filings, accessible on the internet. And if you guys know what 10K is, essentially it's like, a PDF, a file that these companies put out, for their investors, talking about like, the growth of the company and like, projections and all that good stuff. So what I wanted to do again here in this situation was use Clay Agent to actually go and find the link of their 10K report. And essentially the prompt, what that looks like is, just asking it, hey, go do an internet search, go find a 10K report, and then come back with just the URL of the 10K report. And I essentially just gave the name of the company and the URL that I extracted earlier. So once they did that, those rows ran, and I was able to get all these 10K filings. So for example, if you just click into one of these, it'll pull up, for example, Airbnb's 10K filing, which is a PDF file, it looks like. So Clay Agent went through all of this. It scraped this entire list, and it did an internet search, right? So this is like, 161 pages. So it's plenty of information. Definitely not something that, you can digest within, minutes or hours. But Clay Agent was able to find this information. But the coolest part about all this is we can actually use Clay Agent to find information specifically with regards to the 10K. So as an example, at least for the rows that it was able to run, because it's just not able to run for some of them. But essentially I prompted Clay Agent once again to go through the 10K filing and find out top 5 overall initiatives that this company has, any launch of new products, any targeting for new segments of customers, and then formulate like a hypothesis on like what might be like challenging for this company, in order for them to achieve their initiatives. And at least for some of them, it gave pretty good responses. And for example, like it gave the DoorDash example, it gave like a new product where it talks about DoorDash Dash Pass subscription service rebranding. So that's one. And then top 5 initiatives, it listed that. The new segments he wants to go into, like health conscious consumers, busy professionals, families. This is really good. Obviously, we weren't able to find for every single one of them, but if you guys have the 5,000 list to begin with, you can definitely get like a lot of it, 80-90% of it. And it all started with just basically scraping portion of that website and then doing everything else that comes after. This is easily done with every single website that you guys can think of, at least most of them. And the cool thing about this is it doesn't take hours, and you guys can see every single company has a row, and you guys can do a whole list of different things from this, and really cool stuff here that Clay has to offer. So if you guys enjoy this type of content, please let me know. I'm happy to talk more about this. If you guys have a better way of doing this, let me know as well. I'm all ears. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.